Hey guys, it's Red Fox, White Fox, or if you're watching from my science classroom, this would be Nikki. So today I'll be talking about my science project, which we were given the option to choose whatever we wanted to do, as long as it included variables and blah blah. So I chose art, of course, and I was like, you know what, let's do this, because yeah. So onto all the sciencey stuff. It would be, my problem statement was, what shading technique creates the strongest positive response? My hypothesis was, if I use the Softshell Shading technique, then it will create the strongest positive response because it's the most relatable to the real world. My materials was my personal laptop, the Levano ThinkPad Yoga 12, my art tablet, which was the Union Graphics tablet, Paint Tool Sci, which is my art program, and 14 people willing to give opinions. Now these 14 were not in my table group, so they weren't artists, and also 7 of them were children and 7 of them were adults. Now onto my variables. My responding variable was which style generates the most positive opinions. My manipulated variable is is the style of shading. My controlled variable is the drawing that is being shaded. So, on from that, sit back and relax as I explain my entire science project and all the art styles I'll be going through. Alright, so this is the first style. This is my style, which contains soft shading, hard shading, and practically a mix of all of them. So what I usually do, and what I will do for all of these, is I will use a multiply layer, which practically is just taking a color, and if you color over the same color, the multiply layer just makes the color darker itself. So it's usually really good to use a multiply layer for shading and everything. So that's what I did with a lot of these. So this is my style. It got 3 votes on opinions. So yeah, there's nothing really else to say about this style. So this next style would be Sketchy Black. Originally I was gonna go for a blackout style, but I couldn't resist the urge to just sketch in other lines as well. Surprisingly, what I didn't expect was this was actually the most voted for on opinions, and comes in with a count of 6 votes for it. So, surprisingly, this is the one that everyone liked. While a lot of my art friends actually opposed to this one, I was quite surprised to see that a lot of people really liked this style. So, yeah, I didn't use any other special colors but black on all of these layers. So that was fun. I think I'm going to use this style sometime again soon. Alright, now this style is my hatching style, so I'm also using the multiply layer on this, but this one was actually one of my favorites, which is why I found it surprising that it only got 1 vote. So there's nothing really special about this. If you're in art class, you know what hatching is. But hatching is practically just using vertical lines that don't cross each other, just shading in certain areas. You'll see on the screen right now how exactly it works. So yeah, I'll leave that to ya. This next style is sketchy, so practically it's really just how I would color it in if I was doing it on my sketchbook. So it just has a bunch of streaks everywhere. This one actually got 4 votes, reining it in at 2nd place. But yeah, I mean, it was okay. I don't think I would do this again though. So this next one ties for last place with 2 others. It is the multiply shading style, and so practically what you do is you take a dark color and put it on a multiply layer and then color over your drawing. Then you erase the parts of the layer that have light in them, and then you also darken the parts that have actual more shading on them. My art friend actually got really mad that no one else really liked this style, and I was like, sorry, but you know, results are results. So yeah, multiply. Alright, so this one is called hard shading. It's probably the most simple out of all of this. Practically, you just block in the areas that have shading in them, and that's about it. There's no blending, no certain things you need to do. I do this on a multiply layer because, you know, multiply layers are godly, so that's what I did. There's really no other way or anything else to say about this. It had 0 votes, sadly. Poor hard shading. So sorry. But yeah, I'll just let you watch this one. Alright, so this is Softshell Shading, which I was completely wrong. My hypothesis was dead wrong. No one voted for this one. So I don't really have much to say about it. This one's super easy to manipulate because honestly, it's just going back to the hard shading style and just blurring everything. But yeah. So that kind of wraps up my science experiment. I'm glad that you all sat down and watched this. Yeah, I think that's it. Have a good day!